Hey guys, in this video we are going to learn how to change activity and how to pass data between two screens in Android. So let's start. Create an Android Studio project and name whatever you want. In here I named it change activity. Now come to the activity_main.xml file and here change the layout from constraint layout to the relative layout. Yes, and here I'm going to use another layout which is linear layout because I want my text and button linearly. So use linear layout, width match parent, height match parent, and please make sure that here you use orientation which is vertical because they are linearly. Now paste that text view which you copied before and change the text from hello world to the activity1. Yeah, and now bring our button so that when we click on it we change the activity. Width wrap content, height wrap content, and give it an ID so that we can use that button by its ID in our main activity, and name whatever you want. Here I use change activity, you can name it anything, and give that button some text so it's look beautiful. Click me, yeah, that's great. And now give it some gravity center and give it some padding from top so that our text and our button look separately. And that's all from main activity. Now create and another activity because for changing activity we need two activities, so create an empty activity and name it you can take any name, but I used activity2, and please make sure that you don't use any kind of special character or space between the activity name. Done. Wait a minute until it finished. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's done. So come into the activity_2.xml file and here again change the layout from constraint layout to the relative layout. Change that constraint layout to the relative. Yeah, and here now use a text view so that when we click button we can drop to this location and we can see something on screen, and give it an ID so that we can use that text view in our second half of the video when we pass data between screen. Give it ID new text or anything, and here use a text. You can take anything. I use activity, so basically we are on activity2, so I will use activity2, and now in main activity xml file .java file declare our button, and now here initialize them. Button equal find view by id r dot id dot change activity. Now give that button a set on click listener so that when we press on that button the button performs some action, and here I'm using shorthand syntax start activity and the object of intent new intent main activity dot this, which is our current activity, and activity2 dot class or that activity on which we are going. Please keep in mind that you use dot this when you are on that current file, and run that code, and yeah, it's it's installing and it's done. Click on that button. Yeah, we're done. Now come back to the activity2, not activity 1 and to remove that text view to the edit text, so that we can use this as our input field and pass data entered in that field to the next activity, and remove text from here and use a hint and type anything. I typed enter text. Now initialize that edit text and make sure that your all variables should be in private mode. Now initialize that edit text, r.id.text. Yeah, make sure that you use same id, because if you use different then it's not going to work. Now remove that intent object and here use intent I equal to intent, yes, and now use start activity key name and the value which we are buying. Now initialize that value, string value. So we are passing the text entered in edit text, so we have to use the text from entered in edit text and now pass that text to the next screen. Why it's showing error? Let me check. Oh, here in start activity we always pass the object of intent, so I, and to passing data put I dot to put extra key value and value. And yeah, now come back to the activity 2.java file and here initialize that text view which we created in first half of the video. Text view, and initialize that text view. Find view by id. Why it's lagging? Find view by id r.id dot get new text. It is new text. It's new text. And now we are going to take that string from that key value named key. So here use string. So we are passing string value, so use as string text equal get intent, because we are accepting an intent data, not get string extra. We are passing string from that activity, so we have to use get string extra and the same key name as we used in main activity. Now so we have to set text from on that text view which we change text. Yeah, it's done. And run the program. It's taking too much time. Yeah, it's done. Now close that opened app. Wait until it's not loading. Why it's not loading? Let's do it manually. I don't know why it's happening. Please open. Yeah, it's open. So please type anything you want. I am here, type Jane, and yeah, it's done. So here we are passing data from one activity to another. Type another one, Jack. Yeah, so we are passing data from one activity to another. So